Good evening, and welcome to another episode of the Strategy Guide Reviews Book of the Month Club. My
Seriously,
name
we're
is
doing this
Ross
British
Hawley,
thing? We're doing the British thing again?
and I'm drinking a pepper and rum.
Ew.
Mm, delectable. With us this week is Blake Grunman.
Heidi-ho there, neighbor.
Blake, what are you drinking?
I am drinking
Nobody
a
cares.
Two-Hearted Ale. My old
Wow.
standby. Oh, I missed
So
that.
original and new.
Mm-hmm. Here, here. Hey, every time I drink something different, Chris
Nobody
gives me
cares.
shit for
Nobody
it.
cares.
See?
Ross,
See?
carry on.
Chris Nitz, what are you drinking?
I am drinking a delectable Coke Zero, fully caffeinated this time, with vanilla rum, so it tastes like a vanilla Coke. It is so delectable.
Oh shit, man! I went caffeine free. I have to get up in the morning. What are you doing?
I don't have to get up in the morning, so fuck it.
And finally, Carrie Honey, to whom I am in deep shit. What are you drinking?
I'm drinking a red Zinfandel.
Okay, so why are you in deep shit to carry?
Oh, because he didn't show up last week
Oh, no, yeah.
or last month.
This fucking guy. What
Yeah,
the hell?
I was at the gym.
What the hell's the matter with you? First of all, why are you at the gym? What's the matter with you?
He's being healthy, so
I'm,
quit bragging on him.
I'm training for a Tough Mudder.
Oh, all right.
Oh!
So the thing where you go and you run around in the dirt and you get all...
Yeah.
Get diseases.
Think over
Right.
obstacles. But
Seriously.
we had a work trip that week.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a thing where we all go out and do a big thing. So I wasn't at my computer at all that whole week, and was totally thrown out of my schedule.
Damn it, this is why we can't have nice things,
Yeah.
Ross. What the
Very
hell?
sad.
Well, and just because of that, you missed out on your opportunity to pick the game of the month.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which really made me sad.
But when it comes to Wolfenstein, basically, too many Nazis, not enough dog killing. It really needed to like
You are a fucking monster.
really needed to focus on what made that game.
That's funny because I just watched Cujo today.
Oh God, you should be ashamed of yourself.
Just
Hey, Cujo needs a dog. Cujo
you
needs
just
a
like
dog.
leave the Nazis out of it for a little bit and just focus on the German Shepherds.
Oh
Yep.
God.
Hey.
Oh, I never caught that. They're actually German shepherds.
Oh,
I never caught that. Never once.
God, and I'm really sorry to say this, but Blake, what is our fucking book of the month this month?
Our book of the month is Her Story, which
Wait, whose story?
hers, just her
So
story.
Carrie's?
Oh, Carrie's story?
Yes.
Carrie's story?
I'm confused.
I mean, has Ross started transitioning? Is it Ross' story?
I don't know. Is it Ross's story?
Call me Rose.
All right. So with that, let's jump into our discussion of Her Story. So this is a indie game that was, it got a decent amount of buzz a couple of months back, and I thought it would be something that it would be interesting for us to take a look at. Now, this isn't a traditional game in the sense that you're not. It's not a first-person shooter. It's not an adventure game. It is literally it is an interactive storytelling experience. It is.
Wait.
Puzzle game.
I hope you
Kind of.
put
Puzzle,
interactive
mystery.
in quotes. I hope you
Okay.
really need to
So-
put interactive in quotes.
All right. So the extent that it is interactive is that you're essentially being given access to a computer that has a bunch of records from a single court case where someone had been murdered. And what it is the spouse of the individual who was murdered was being interviewed, I believe, 5 different times, and they had full text transcripts of everything. And so what it did is you could search for one word at a time. You could try to search this library of clips in order to try to piece together what happened surrounding the entire story of the game.
You can actually search for multiple words.
Oh, you could?
Yep.
Yeah.
You got
Well, shit. I did not know that. I was only using
So
one word.
if you search for one word, then it'll say it'll give you the first 5 instances of that word, but it'll tell you how many instances there were total.
It'll say like 47 responses or something like that.
I don't think any of them are near that high. But
no,
basically,
search for Simon. It's actually 47 responses.
Okay, but if you said like Simon and then another keyword, it would limit that list down so you could see clips further down in the chain that had Simon in them.
Okay, makes sense.
But then also contained your other word.
Well, I'd never really had to do that. I feel like I got a pretty good grip on the story. So, all right, given that the at least the scenario surrounding the game is, well, I mean, you're getting it in anywhere between 8-second to couple of minute chunks. I'm curious, what did you guys get from the story? What did you guys see as being what happened to Simon throughout the story of her story?
Somebody other than me go.
Okay, well,
somebody
did
other than
everybody
me go.
Get to the credits?
Yep.
Yep,
Got to the credits.
Okay.
Well,
Carrie, did you
yeah,
get to credits?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't get through 100% of the database though, which is what I was trying to do, but then I ran out of time.
That's fine. That's fine.
That I could play it. So
as long as you got a good grasp on the overall story. So I'm curious, who thinks they have the best understanding of what happened? I'm just curious.
Wait, raise your hand if you just use that whole little defragmenter pyramid or like that little square thing on the left-hand side, and you just kept searching for keywords just to fill in the I did.
That was like,
wow, I guess I
100%.
totally missed it.
Oh yeah, there's a whole thing where you can just like search for a keyword, and every time you search for it, you can just watch the video, and it fills in a nice little chunk. And after I beat the game, I was just like, fuck it, I don't even give a shit. I just searched for a word and just kept filling in chunks.
Yeah, it basically is like a record of all of the the little blocks representing each video, and as they get colored as you watch them, so you can kind of see your progress into if you whether or not
is that?
That's on the desktop.
Yeah, if you go to Windows 3.1.
It's behind. I think that one is behind the actual screen. You have to move the screen.
So let's provide a little context to folks who are not familiar with the game. You are literally sitting at a computer terminal out of the early 1990s, and you are looking through all these clips. You have the ability to move your screen to the side. You can look at individual items that are on the desktop, and you can, like, at some points, like a chat window will pop up, and you can respond to chats and things like that. And so it is very much trying to emulate the experience that you would have gotten on a PC of that era. And so, like you said, when you literally said, well, it was on Windows 3.1, yeah, that's pretty damn close, actually. I mean, I
didn't know that you can move that screen.
Oh, yeah.
So I never even tried.
Yep, yeah, you could click and drag it and move it all around like you were right on a normal computer.
So yeah, because I was like, what did you guys click on? Because I clicked in the trash. I read the README files, and
Yeah, it's behind the actual window that you have open.
Yeah.
So this is a game that it feels like it would be very difficult to figure out.
No, I wouldn't say that it was a game.
It's a mystery puzzle.
Yeah, it is. Well, it's not even. I wouldn't even say a game.
It has gameplay mechanics, which is a lot more than.
It has a single gameplay mechanic. It's called your fingers just typing on keyboards.
Google Foo. It's not the most complicated.
Google Foo?
Yeah.
I would claim it as YouTube Foo without the kick-ass cat videos at the end.
Yeah, I know, right? It's like
at the end of every clip, you expect them to ask you to like and subscribe below.
Yeah.
I mean, no.
What? No.
Even at that, I would just expect this to be like a 16-year-old just starting his YouTube channel. That's pretty much what I'm
Wow. A really mean, murderous child, too. What the fuck?
Yeah, no, okay. Whatever.
Okay. All right, so now I do have to ask, did everybody get to the point where you actually understood that, yes, in fact, there are actually two people going on there, and it's not just Hannah.
It's her and her sister.
Yes,
yeah.
Her twin sister.
Yeah, I got that.
Her twin sister. Her reflection.
Oh yeah, well,
Yes, her reflection.
yeah, it was just what she.
Not her twin sister.
What now?
They're not twin sisters. One's parents died from fungus, and the other one's mother fell down the stairs.
What?
Did Ross play
The,
this
Ross-
the
the
parents
midwife?
of
Ross,
Hannah ate the death caps and died in the basement. And the parent, or the mother at least, of Eve fell down the stairs, and she was raised by a midwife across the street.
Well, okay. At least from what
woman
I.
who fell down the stairs was the midwife.
Yes, she was the
That's
midwife,
what I
and
got.
she's the one who died. Ross, what
The
happened?
midwife kidnapped her as a baby.
Correct, because it was a mother who took twins to term, and the story was that when both babies were being born, they saw that the cord was wrapped around the second child's neck, and so
Correct.
what the midwife said was that the baby didn't make it, when in fact the baby had survived, and she took the baby to raise as her own. And so they were living even in the same community for, I guess, a good portion of their lives, at which point eventually their paths crossed, and they came to realize that, wait a minute, there's another me, essentially. And so Rose ended up trying to, for lack of a better way of putting it, after her mother, quote-unquote mother, the midwife, passed away, she moved in with Hannah, lived in their attic, and was literally just swapping off every other day with Hannah, with both of them trying to live that life with trying to set themselves up to be successful with the points that each one was better than the other at. And so they would switch off the day depending upon what happened, and then they had this big diary that they used to essentially come up with a single continuity that both of them had to follow.
Yeah.
Is that about the gist of it?
Yes.
Okay, good. I'm not crazy in that. Now, I do think it was interesting, though, because did you happen to notice the visual cues right off the bat to tell that they were different, or who was who in the different videos?
Well, yeah, there's the one. Well, yeah, they have like the tattoos.
Mm-hmm. The tattoo. The other one had a black eye that she had gotten in the car accident. Then the one that had there were at least two different ones where she had her arms covered in the videos, and at least you're led to believe that both of those were Rose in those videos, where she was kind of
Rose?
Or I'm sorry, not Rose.
That's me, remember?
Yeah, sorry. Well, I'm drawing a brain fart.
Hannah and Eve.
Eve, thank you, and that's Eve. Sitting in at that point, because she was the more creative and more manipulative one as well, and they kind of discussed that near the end with that last confession video. So overall, though, with the whole jumping around to different parts of the story, how did you guys think that played out overall through the entire time that you were kind of taking part in the story? Was that hard for folks to kind of, try to piece this whole thing together? Did you have this weird web that you had weaved together in your mind of different stories? I'm curious, like, as you're playing through the game, what theories do you have about what's happening before you actually understand the full scope of the story? What were some of your theories? Anybody? You can't really...
Okay, before I go get it going.
I want to know what I think of this game.
No, I'm gonna put this forward before I go get another drink. I basically just stopped caring about a half hour into this, and just started listening for the keywords because they clearly put an emphasis on what keywords I needed to search for. I made a little note, and then I just went the whole little defragmenter diagram and just started searching for those keywords, and then finished the game and called it a day. I got bored within about a half hour because this was YouTube Simulator 2015, and I wasn't granted any great cat videos at the end. So, I mean,
I feel like everybody always approaches these things completely differently than I do.
No. I mean, this was a great story mechanic, but it was a great story mechanic for about 15 to 20 minutes, and then after that, I was like, I feel like I'm doing YouTube searches to watch videos, and then I found out that I could just search for the same keywords over and over and just get all the chunks that I needed. I didn't need to really pay attention. I just polished it out and call it a day.
It sounds to me like you went more goal-oriented as opposed to letting the story play out.
I got really bored of it.
Okay. It was boredom. It wasn't frustration or confusion or disbelief. It was just like fuck it.
The actress did a pretty decent job given what she had.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same point, this is a game, right? And I'm basically doing what I would do if I was on YouTube, whereas I would just search for a keyword and just keep following that rabbit hole further and further down.
Mm-hmm.
But it was just, I mean, between the 10-second video clips to
oh god, that was annoying.
Yeah, like an 8-second clip where she'd go, "Yep, that's about right." It's like, no, that's a fucking waste of my time.
It just got old, right? It got so old watching the same shit, and once you started kind of realizing what was going on, I got so bored of it within about a half hour because I was like, I'm just doing the same thing over and over, and this is like a QTE that never ends.
I wouldn't call it a QTE.
No, because you're not interacting with it other than searching.
Other than hearing exactly
it's more like a QuickTime video.
But he emphasizes keywords, and all you had to do was pick up on those emphasis on which keyword she was saying, and you could just search for those and just be done with it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So,
well, when she said a word like 4 times in the 30-second clip, like, oh, maybe I should look up that word.
Yeah, exactly. That's true. Yeah, and I do think that it was pretty guilty of that. And she was probably being directed to, hey, lean heavily on this because we want to lay down the nudge, nudge, wink, wink, that this is where you guys need to be exploring next.
I'm sure she was.
Mm-hmm.
And it really...
Yeah, I was with Chris. I was so bored.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right.
Yeah, just... like, when the story it really started coming clear, I was like, okay... Yeah, I've seen stuff like this before. And then I started totally just breaking down with, like, that's not how police do interviews. This would not happen this way. This is a bunch of shit.
Carrie.
So what? That's how...
Well...
What? So why are you getting frustrated? That's a valid thing. It's, that's how I interpret it.
Okay.
It's just, as I honestly believe that Papers, Please is more fun than this was.
I don't disagree.
I would agree.
I can't disagree with that. I really
watching Papers, Please.
And I'm looking at Metacritic, going, what the hell? And I'm realizing I'm in another fucking Gone Home situation.
Oh no!
I'm playing a boring ass game that everyone thinks like, oh, it's so narratively groundbreaking. Like, well, okay.
No, Kara, because I was with you. Because before I decided to put my final this is what I'm going to think on this, I had to go off and look at a bunch of the reviews, and all the reviews were pretty positive.
Mm-hmm. But
then I started reading the comments, which is one thing that I hate to do, and I found a couple people scattered across Reddit, IGN, GameStop, and all that were like...
GameStop, really? Wow.
You mean
GameSpot, whatever. Sorry. That were like, I don't know what the fuck. Yeah, you're all, glamorized by the whole this is the story mechanic. But if you really look at it, it's really quite boring because you're just searching for keywords.
Yeah.
And it's
username Crunchy Chocobo. No, I feel like I went into it with just kind of open expectations. I wanted to just kind of give it a chance to, I don't know, I wanted to come into it with an open mind. And I kind of went in approaching it like if I was the detective having to look back through these clips, how would I try to piece this puzzle together? And I didn't go the route of just trying to complete the entire story. I went through and I literally tried to use those keywords that she was leaning on, try to search it, try to figure out everything that was going on using I only did it one keyword at a time. I didn't even know you could do multiple words. I just went one at a time and I just kind of pieced my way through the story. And I think maybe that's why it appealed more to me, is because I wasn't playing it with the goal orientation of, all right, I'm going to see it all and so I can be done with it. I was just like, all right, let's see how this plays out. And I had lots of theories playing through my head as I'm listening to the story, trying to piece together what happened. And I genuinely enjoyed it. I will say I'm not going to give it the super high ratings that, what some of these other people were just tripping over themselves to give it. But I do think it was a genuinely unique experience that I've never had before playing a game. And I think in that respect, it was, I found it to be very interesting. But it sounds to me like you guys didn't feel the same way.
I really liked it.
You did? What the hell? What's happening here?
So I sat down with Audrey to play it. So
I did
both
the same
of
thing.
us were playing it together. So it's kind of like watching a detective show on TV, except we were actually interacting with it.
Right. My wife and I did the same
just
thing.
Sitting there watching a dumb detective show.
Yep. My wife and I did the same thing on iPad. We sat there on the couch and were handing it back and forth amongst each other.
So I thought it was cool. Like whenever you found something important, like the music would cue, and then like you'd see the reflection of you in the monitor.
Right. Which
as it like glares up.
Was it ever clear enough for you to actually make out who it was?
No, you just can't quite tell who it is, although you find out in the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, first game I've ever played as a stillborn fetus, so that's weird.
What?
Because you play Sarah, the person who, like, the baby she lost. Her name is Sarah. Maybe I missed
There's
something.
two babies.
There's two babies
There's two
because.
babies.
Okay, Ross. Apparently you missed out on that part because.
Yeah, maybe I did.
Okay, so Eve eventually, when Hannah says no, I want Simon for just my own.
Yeah.
And so Eve sets off on her own, and she goes and does her own thing. That's when she gets the tattoo that you see later on.
Yeah.
And she becomes like a lounge singer, and just by happenstance, Simon comes into the same bar where she's performing, and he just finds the likeness in between the two of them. Just like it's amazing. He's just so enamored by that whole fact, and he ends up going home and having sex with her. At which point she becomes pregnant when she had thought that she was sterile. So earlier Hannah had gotten pregnant and she lost the child, but in this one Eve did get pregnant, and I'm assuming that this is Eve's child that was
this
doing
game is
that
so weird.
research.
I'm pretty sure there's only one person.
You think it's
I
multiple
think she's
personalities?
just one person.
You think it's Fight Club?
Mm.
Yeah, like she's lost her mind.
I don't think so.
I think she is.
I have to say with Ross, like the more I was delving into it, it's like I could see that potentially happening.
Oh yeah,
she has,
me
like,
too.
Like a multiple personality disorder.
Because and just like even in between the ones where it wasn't as evident that it was two separate people, you could still pick up on nuances, just like the behavior, and like the ones when it, looking back in hindsight, that it was actually Eve. She was more aggressive and upfront about things. She wasn't as pensive a lot of times when she was answering questions.
Okay, well, someone with multiple personality disorder, they have those different traits as well. Like I was even looking at what they would drink, because Eve would drink just black coffee, and then Hannah would always drink tea with sugar. Well, those kinds of things, someone with multiple personality disorder who truly has multiple personality disorder, they will, I think actually now it's called dissociative identity disorder, but they will actually have those preferences that are completely different in their personality traits and what clothes they like to wear and things like that.
And in the third interview, by the way, the one where it seems like it was Eve, she asks for water. And that was the one where she also got sick.
Because she's pregnant.
Correct. Exactly.
Yeah.
Where before she had asked for the black coffee. And so she, was like, nope, I'll just have water, please. And so it was it was one of those telltale signs.
Yeah, I still think there's just one person.
And that's an interesting theory.
The developer said that had an interview or something, and they wanted to make sure that people didn't actually know what actually happened. Like they wanted to kind of leave it up in the air.
Which is I think wise for a game of this type, just because everybody, especially just because unless you were actually looking to see, hey, did I get 100% of the story? If you weren't going in with that aim, you were only getting pieces of the puzzle, and you could very easily have missed out on details that would lead you to believe that, hey, maybe this gal's just crazy, and so she's multiple personalities. And then also, when you're playing through it and you feel like you understand everything, you go, well, maybe I missed a detail that really did point to the fact that she was nuts, or vice versa. So I think it's smart that they left it open to interpretation, quite honestly. I mean, I think if nothing else, it...
Smart, or is it lazy?
I think it's smart because it gives room to have a discussion like this after the game's out. It gives you the meeting around in the water cooler, just kind of, so what happened when you played? What was it when I played? Here's my experience. Here's your experience. You can kind of compare those back and forth. And if it comes right out at the end and says, hey, dipshit, here's the answers you were looking for. Done. Walk out the door. You don't really get that finite conclusion. I feel like doesn't lend itself well to that same kind of meeting around the water cooler experience. Am I well, you don't know? You don't agree?
I don't care.
Okay.
How's that? I think like the best synopsis I've seen of this was like looking on Metacritic, and it was a user review, and his response was, "This is what I call polygon bait. It's in a game with an interesting idea of the type that a particular review site loves to laud as artistic, but in reality it is, at best, and being very generous, average in its execution, and crucially, not very fun as an actual video game." Like, yeah, I kind of agree with that 100%.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
Like one of those, seriously, oh, I like it because it's artistic. It's different. It's not the shooter. It's not a platformer. I'm therefore, it's like the hipster of video games. You know,
God, I must be the biggest fucking hipster in the world then.
Yeah, well, I mean look at your face.
Okay,
I mean, I'll agree with that
kind of
too.
are.
What the fuck?
And I will agree with that. I mean, this is a great game mechanic for about 15 minutes, and then after that, you're just like, okay, let's move on.
Okay,
I want something more.
I will say, I think I had a unique experience in that my wife and I sat on the couch and passed the iPad back and forth amongst each other playing this for about an hour and a half, and it was a very interesting communal experience for us to take part in this game together. And that's not something that I've ever really had with my wife, where we've been able to share an experience like that. And it was approachable for her.
Well, you know, the thing is, like, I bought this game back when it first came out on Steam, like, but before you'd even said it, because, there was so much praise for it, and someone's like, "Oh, Carrie, you would love it. It's a murder mystery." I'm like, "Oh my god, I love the murder mysteries." Like,
I thought you would have loved it too, honestly.
Like murdered soul suspect and all that. But that was more of like, investigative,
Right.
and this
that was
is
interactive.
There and clicking. Like if this was a section of a murder mystery, I probably would have no problem with this as a mechanic, just as one little section.
Mm-hmm.
But as the entire game, like within 30 minutes, it's like, is this really all that it is? Oh my god, it is. Okay, so there's two of them. Wow, they're really fucked up. And then this kept on going, like, oh, okay, and yeah, okay. It just, yeah. It got to the point that I was like, I think I got to 75% of the database because I kept on going through it just to see, like, am I missing something extra? And I got to the point every video I was picking up was like 2-second clips. I'm like, come on!
It's like, god damn it! I don't want to. Yes, you're right.
And then I had to stop playing, and so I responded to the chat, and the guy said, do you understand what your mother did? And I was like, no, not really. Like, I understand. Like, I think I understand one part, but I don't think I understand what you're asking me. Like,
Right.
What is did? What does that mean? I'm sounding like fucking Bill Clinton now. What is the meaning of is? Like, what do you mean? What do you mean by did? And I was like, well, the game. And then the credits ran. And I was like, oh, well, fuck this game.
Well, okay. Well,
And then at the end, they give you the command to just look up random clips.
See,
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I said, I had to leave. So.
See, now I am curious though, because that whole "do you understand what your mother did?" I think that might lead itself to more along the lines of Ross's theory, where it was just one person with a dissociative disorder, where it's like, do you understand
Well,
what your mother
cover up
did?
the murder.
Well, no. Do you understand what your mother did? She murdered someone, and then she tried to fake her way out of it through multiple
It
personalities or
wasn't,
something
do you
like that.
understand what your mother did? It said, do you understand why your mother did what she did? I was
Right.
like, what? Now, the whole idea about the, dissociative identity disorder, what really got to me thinking that could be it was in the last confession reel.
Mm-hmm.
When that one clip that was like 3 seconds long, and she said, my sister is gone, and she's never coming back.
Right.
I'm like, okay.
Right.
So that was one thing that made me think that, it's like, well, that personality is gone. Like, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
And using saying that there's two of us and we did this and we did that covers up a murder.
Yeah, but at the same time, it wouldn't necessarily excuse the actions that occurred either, though. I mean, unless they tried to go with an insanity defense or something like that. But at the same time,
but if the sister who did it is gone, the sister who did it is gone.
Right.
But
at the same time, she also passed a lie detector test when she said that her name was not Hannah, it was Eve. But
well,
again, that might also be
who's crazy wouldn't pass a lie detector test.
No, they would pass it if they were, totally.
If they truly believed that they were someone else.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, it's. Well, she first failed it because she said, "I'm Hannah Smith." Oh shit, and so.
Yeah. Which, by the way, when I remember when I watched that clip, I was like, "Wow, she really leaned awful heavy on that." Oh shit. It was like, okay, all right, overacting that one just a smidge, because it was, she hammered that point home that it was a mistake that she had made, where it was just like, no, that it seemed almost overly deliberate in many scenarios, where it was made to make a point. It was like, hey, here, no, this is not me. See, and there's the lie as it comes across. You can tell. And then later on, she sarcastically kind of said, "Oh wow, your machine really does work," because it picked up on the fact that yes, she was telling the truth there when she said that. Oh no, I'm sorry, I'm actually Eve. So it was. I think narratively it was interesting. It was convoluted, but I think that was probably the aim to begin with. I don't think they ever wanted to have a definitive answer, and I think that's why we're still having this discussion right now. And in that respect, I think it might have been more successful than you guys give it credit for.
I think it's
I'm not denying it. I'm not denying its success. I'm just saying it was boring and doesn't deserve the acclamation it's gotten.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was more fun than watching like NCIS and that stuff.
Okay.
As a communal activity, it was more fun. I can understand how if you're playing it by yourself, it would be would get stale.
No, I do think it's interesting though that Ross, you and I played it with our significant others, and it seems to me like we enjoyed it a whole lot more than Carrie and Chris, who played it as a solitary experience. I do think
Chris and I just like good games. That's all we got to say.
Wow.
I mean, even I would even try to play this with my wife, who's I only see like maybe one day out of 3 weeks.
I can't imagine listening to Sean.
Now, this is not something that I'd be like, here, let's play this together.
Right. Well, and when I said that to my wife, I was like, I started playing it, and I was playing it with the volume on, and my wife eventually pokes her head up. What are you playing? And she was kind of curious, and I was like, you want to see? And she sits down, and I handed it to her, and it just spontaneously turned into something. It wasn't something that I deliberately said, hey, honey, let's sit down and play this, because if I had done that, it would have never happened. It had to be something that she was interested in, because overall, she's just not interested in games. But if it's something that's her idea, and she was just like, what's going on there? And then I hand it to her, and she just kind of got the opportunity to give it a try. Then all of a sudden, it worked as a communal experience that she wanted to take part in, because it was her idea.
Sorry, I'm pretty sure that
Sean came in. Yeah, Sean came in while I was playing it, and he's like, what the hell are you doing? I was trying to explain it, and he was like, nope, lost interest, and walked out before I even finished the sentence. So there's no way he would have done it.
I am pretty sure that even with Megan's limited time here, if we were to be passing this back and forth on an iPad, she'd be like, "Yeah, I'm going back to my fucking terrible British movies because this is much better than what this is."
Okay.
And Sean would have hated the problems with the police interrogation even more than I would have.
Fair enough.
So
No, I could totally see being a legitimate, detractor or something that would take you out of the experience. Now, one thing I was curious, what did you guys think about?
Okay. So when Sean has it, it's okay.
No.
But when I say I have a problem with it, you're like, "Oh, Carrie."
No, it was.
Yeah, and when Chris says something negative against it, it's like, "Oh, fuck you, Chris."
Yeah, well,
It's-
that's just.
Oh,
implied.
Sean!
That's just
Sean, the heroic knight coming
Yeah,
through.
Sean's
Like,
fucking awesome, man. Don't say bad things about Sean.
you know
Sean's
what?
fantastic.
I've stayed at Sean's house. I understand how awesome Sean is.
Yeah, Sean's a good
But
guy.
you're like-
Good guy, man. You've shared a room with him.
Her story has more gameplay and is more fun than Journey. Definitely. By far.
Okay,
Blows it
well,
out of
now
the
you're-
water.
Now you're full of crap.
Like, you're like actually trying to like solve
Now-
the game
now you're
as opposed to
trolling.
Journey where you just tilt the stick forward
now
and
he's
wait
just
for
trying.
2 hours.
He's trying to.
Now
That
you're
is a
just
waste
trolling.
of time.
He's just trying to
At
poke
least
me.
Journey is a game.
Journey's not a game! What's the gameplay mechanic? You walk forward. Great!
Woo! It's a journey. What part of Journey don't you understand?
You walk forward and then you die! What the hell?
There's jumping.
And floating.
Walk towards the little
and-
scarf thing if you
and-
want to.
And squeaking at other people who are on screen. Come on, man.
See, there's 2 more game mechanics
Press
right
the
there
squeak
than her
button.
story has.
Her story has a story.
Journey has a story.
Yeah, Journey is a great story, man. That's a
So
great
that there's a
game.
mountain in the distance that's cold.
That's not the story of Journey.
Nope,
and
not
I'm
even
sorry
slightly.
that you think that.
God, he sounds like Matt Green.
I sound like Matt
sucks.
Green.
Yeah, did you hear that, Ross? You sound like Matt Green.
I played both of these games with Audrey, and Audrey like hated Journey too. She's like, "What do? You just walk."
Okay, see, now she sounds like Matt's ex-fiance because she hated Journey too because she kept calling them llama cats.
That's close, yeah.
It's not that far off base, really. It's not.
Because I was listening to, it was a Combo Breaker podcast, that's how long ago this was,
Oh, God.
where Brad and Joey were talking about the story of Journey. Like, Joey's like, "Here's what I think the story is," and Brad interrupted me if I'm wrong, and Brad, and he's like, "Oh, you're right, and Matt goes, "What the fuck game did you guys play?" Of course, he didn't fuck because Matt's, well, he's Matt.
Yeah,
So-
exactly.
And they're like, "Well, how did you not get that?" And so he said that the little story sequences that you see didn't make sense to him at all. And so which when I played it, I was like, "Really? Is it really going to be that bad?" And I was like, "Okay, Matt's crazy because it's a beautiful story."
Amen.
It's a story
Amen.
of walking forward.
This fucking guy.
Of course,
Okay.
Matt's also the guy who was like, "I don't want to play Flower because it's just petals floating in the air," which then Joey like immediately countered back, "Well, I don't want to play Mario because it's just a plumber jumping up in the air."
Mhm.
Like, there you go.
Yep, it's true. It's true. Now, I do.
Flower's not really that great either. But there's actual like mechanics involved.
Really?
So it's better than Journey. Okay.
Really?
Okay, so like, why do we have this guy on?
I don't understand. I really don't. I do not get it.
Careful,
Ross, you
Blake.
need to
I'm the
change
only
your-
person defending your game.
I know, that's true.
You need to change your little thing from here to local troll.
I mean,
Local
at
troll
this
for
po-
hire.
I mean, at this point, we're only having Ross on because he trolls so well.
I do
let's
like your
just-
troll for hire, Carrie. That does make sense. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that will be what Ross's tag is next week or next month.
Next month. Now, I am curious though, just for one last discussion piece about the game. What did you guys think about the acting of the gal who was actually being the one interviewed? What did you
The
guys think?
acting was fine.
Mhm.
The acting was fine.
Mm-hmm. You didn't think that it was
I
it was
felt everything was boring.
No, she had to adhere to a very strict script.
Mhm.
Like she couldn't ad lib at all. She had to say everything word for word. And given those restraints, I think she did a fine job.
Mhm. Yeah. Chris, what did you think?
Yeah.
I think she gave away a lot of the keywords.
Well,
I think she did fine, but
that's
she
not
also
her
gave away.
fault.
No, I feel like
No.
if you were reading the script, it would have been in all caps and underlined,
well,
as heavily as she leans on some of those things. But no, I mean, I understand that that's you can only do so much with whatever script you're handed.
I mean, her acting doesn't make the game.
Now, Chris, could you discern a difference in between the two
Yes.
specific characters? Okay.
Yes.
Well, that's something. It's better than nothing, I guess. But at the same time, it wasn't enough for you guys to be actually interested or to buy into the story itself. You just kind of said, fuck it, and we're done.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. So now, one last point that I wanted to bring up, and that is, how much time did you guys spend actually, backtreading and actually looking at previous clips that you had done already once you had more information? Like, did you kind of, rewind back to go look at other things with different information in your mind? With
I
different
actually did
context?
that. I did that a number of times. I actually
Okay.
would save clips into my little session, and I would go back and
Yeah.
and rewatch them, or I'd go find other clips I know I'd already watched and rewatch them again to see did I pick up on something new now? And
Right. Yeah, I
I
kind of
didn't
did
do
the
it a
same thing.
lot. I did do it once. The chat person said that I was Sarah, so I looked up Sarah again and found that one instance.
Mm-hmm.
oh, I already saw that. So
Mhm.
when
I
I
had
saw
seen
them
it
say my
before.
name's Sarah, and I was like, oh, that's kind of neat. And that was my only moment of the whole thing. I was like,
Mhm.
okay.
Did you have any inclination of who you were up until that point? Or did you just feel like you were just some random schmo who was looking through these video records?
Well,
I had no idea why I was looking through these records.
you
Fair
could
enough.
tell it was a woman.
Just from the reflection?
Yeah, from the reflection, because the longer hair and.
Oh, you know what? I turned that off because I couldn't stand looking at it.
Oh, really? Like you wow.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Like this is with the settings and it said, turn off
Yeah.
glare. I'm like, oh, fuck yeah. Turned it off.
Wow.
Yeah. I thought it was interesting because it makes it look like a CRT screen and
No, I agree.
you could
I agree.
It was a cool effect.
see
It was
things
driving
in
me.
the background.
It was just
Yeah.
driving me crazy.
Playing it on a
You know,
computer
it's like-
monitor where there's already glare to look at another screen that's glaring. Yeah.
Well,
I can
no, but
understand
I pay really good money for this nice LED LCD monitor to not have fucking glare. So if I can turn off the glare, I'm turning it off. It was like when I was interviewing Frank Cifaldi, and he was talking about the Mega Man Legacy Collection.
that. Mm-hmm.
And he talked about how there's actually a mode on Mega Man Legacy where you can turn on like a CRT mode and see the kind of flicker.
Oh yeah, you
So
can
you
see the
see
scan.
exactly
scan
how
lines.
Yep, you want the scan lines, baby.
exactly how it was supposed to look. And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, that's amazing. And I
That's
said, but turn
awesome.
that back off because seriously.
Yeah, that's so
Yeah.
cool, but fuck that shit.
Yeah. If you actually run a lot of emulators, you can turn on scan lines.
Oh yeah, my
It's terrible.
my Retron has that in it. You can do
Yeah, no,
scan lines,
it's
color
terrible.
distortions, so you can make it
Well,
look like
actually,
an older TV. Like there's lots of different stuff you can do.
That's not why he did it. If you want to read my interview, he explains exactly why he has that in there. He was actually it was very fascinating talking to him and his whole idea of archiving old games.
Mm-hmm.
But we actually had a little discussion about Final Fantasy VII about our opinions on
The
on
remake?
How
that
good it
remake.
is.
And his thoughts on it were a little different than mine. Like he agreed with me, but then disagreed with me. So, but anyway, that's not the point. The point is, I couldn't stand that, so I turned that off. So no, I did not see my little outline of that, but
Yeah.
eh.
There were a couple of times where it purposely tried to make it more prominent, where it would kind of the screen would fade out, and then you would see like your distorted silhouette a little bit,
Yeah.
maybe even a little bit of a reflection of your face, and then it would like focus back in again. Kind of like, if you were to walk into a room and letting your eyes adjust, it kind of did that. It was weird. We're kind of focused in and focused out.
And sometimes there was the police lights and stuff.
Right, exactly. Or you'd
And,
hear sirens woo, 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 behind you or around you as you're watching through the videos and things like that.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, all right. So bottom line, I'm getting from you and Chris, Carrie, you guys did not like the game. You were, yeah. Thumbs down, Chris. You?
Thumbs down.
Uh,
Thumbs
yeah.
down.
Yeah, thumbs down.
But
All right.
I liked it and also appreciate its brevity.
Yep. I'm with you, Russ. I'm with you.
Oh,
No,
we
I'm
have a
serious.
50-50. We have a 50-50 for the first time.
You know what that means?
You
That means I
appreciate-
actually picked a good game because it inspired
No,
discussion.
it doesn't mean you picked a good game. It means you
If
picked.
you appreciate that
middle
kind of
road.
brevity, go play The Order 1886.
You got my copy, motherfucker.
I do
By
have
the
it.
way, what the hell?
Yeah, it's
What?
right here.
Oh, you're talking to Ross. I'm like,
Yeah.
what are you talking to
You said
me?
my
Like,
copy.
no, I have my own copy,
Okay.
damn it.
All right, Ross has had my copy of 1886 since when we were still doing the Evil
I
Cast.
just want to make sure I have it for as long as I bothered you about giving
Oh
it
my
to me.
fucking god. Good lord, I think that's long since passed at this
Back.
point.
I mean, you can feel free to pick it as your game of the
Oh,
month.
you-
I'll play it.
No, I'm
Totally
good.
just brawl us out at the bike rack after school.
Yeah, that's right. I'll just be sitting there waiting by Ross's car with a crowbar, just tapping it.
Like, are you going to play it again?
What?
Are you going to play it again?
Fuck no.
Well, then what do you care how long he has?
It's just the concept that he's still got it and he hasn't even touched it.
Oh, I
It's not
touched it.
funny,
I just haven't put it in the
like, Chris,
PlayStation.
Chris mailed me back my copy like a while ago.
Mhm.
I haven't even opened up the box. The box is like
That's fantastic. For all you know, that would just have a paper disc in there.
It could, but
No.
you know what? I platinumed in the game. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
turn it on again.
And you did that in
I'm
about
not.
25 minutes. Congratulations.
Which
Seriously,
is
Ross,
about how long it took to play the fucking Her Story.
that's not true at all. It was about
Actually,
an hour and 40 minutes? 2 hours?
No.
You could get to the ending point at 30 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was just if you wanted to go through all the
But you
bullshit.
wouldn't have any of the context.
Oh, yeah, you wouldn't have all the context. Yeah.
Great.
Well, actually, I would say that I knew that it was sisters within 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
But
No,
I wouldn't
but
know.
then you had
I
suspicions that
may
it could
not
have
have
been-
known. I may not have known that I was the baby.
Yeah, but you also had suspicions that it could have been a dissociative identity issue too, right?
It still could be.
Right. Well, that's
I
true.
don't know.
That's true. So, all right.
I like the part where they talked about stealing each other's virginity, and then like there was all the STDs, and then
Oh,
there was, like,
God.
drug use.
And then
Those mushrooms.
Oh, and she took her sister's
virginity with a fucking brush.
the hairbrush. Like,
And
wow.
then there was the song about one drowning the other. Oh, this
Yeah.
old classic. I'm sure you know
Oh
it.
yeah, exactly.
These kids are sitting here drowning each other. Oh, almost drowning. And then they're like, well, maybe not.
Well, no, the first clip that they play, it's that she's drowning them, but then she ends and she goes, "I think that's enough," and it's like you didn't finish your fucking song. And then later on, there's another clip where it's like she finishes it and she is dead. It's like she's killed her.
Well, because she says, it's like I think that's enough because it gets really dark and twisted. I'm like,
Mhm.
more than it already was.
Exactly.
But yeah.
You just
Well,
implied
but you
killing
know,
your sibling.
But Hannah talked about she wanted to drown Eve.
Yeah.
Yep, she did.
They're on the beach.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So,
Again, more to
maybe.
personality disorder.
Yeah, yes. I mean, I think there's
It could
certainly,
be.
yeah, there's certainly points that kind of could point in either direction. Honestly,
It could totally be a Fight Club incident.
interesting.
How do you accidentally cut your husband's neck with a piece of glass?
Okay, it was accidental that she cut his neck. She was still trying to maim him.
Back.
What
the hell?
It was an angry fight. She was probably like trying to like stab him in the arm or something shitty like that.
Right.
And instead, oops, I slipped, tripped, fell, and sliced your neck open.
Okay, well, Simon's kind of
argument.
a
You gave
scumbag.
me a mirror again. Slash.
Yeah, like seriously, Simon, like that dude needs to reevaluate
This
shit.
is like another Gone Home. It's a story about horrible people talking about other horrible people. They're all scumbags. Let's just go home.
Horrible people doing horrible things to other horrible people.
Yes.
Okay.
It's like everybody in Gone Home, they were all horrible people. Everybody in there, including who your character was a horrible person. Just selfish and horrible people, and I was like, all I got home was the parents, the girl
children.
coming out,
The girl who stole
the-
all of her parents' shit to get the hell out of town.
right.
uncle.
The girl off in Europe was also selfish, and this kind of felt the same thing. We got a bunch of really selfish people. They could all have each
Okay.
other.
Yep, they all deserve it.
Yeah.
Great.
All right, so with that in mind, who has next month?
Carrie.
That'd be me, because this is my last month before Sean goes to Kuwait for 3
Oh,
months.
he's going to Kuwait. Okay, I didn't know that there was a
Going to Kuwait.
location. Wow.
Yes, he's going to Kuwait. He's not afraid. He's like, they're not even sitting me with a weapon.
Oh, Jesus.
So there he thinks he's just going to be behind us the whole time.
Although he did have to take a bunch of shots.
Well, yeah, there's just like...
Yes, he did.
Because they have mosquitoes there too, man. They'll fuck you up.
Yeah, what shots did he get this weekend? It was malaria,
Yep. Mosquitoes.
typhoid.
Fucking mosquitoes.
Fuck, I don't remember. But, I mean, it wasn't anthrax again. Because he's had anthrax once, and he never wants that again.
Oh,
that's a
well,
bitch.
apparently, according to his last status update on Facebook, he was like, I thought he was getting shot up with a bunch of shit that was just going to make him die on his bed, so.
Great. So what game?
So I'm picking... So this is another game that I have been wanting to play for a long time. I own it, I believe, on both Steam and PlayStation 4.
Ah, she pulled a Blake!
And well, because it came on PlayStation 4, and well, okay, I don't want to say how I got PlayStation 4 because I'm a scumbag. But I have it on Steam as well. I always wanted to play it because I love the developer. It's another murder mystery. It is The Vanishing of Ethan Carter.
Oh, nice! All right, I will play the shit out of that.
This is the developer behind this is Adrian. Can't pronounce his last name. He was the former developer at People Can Fly. So yes, this is the Bulletstorm guy has done The Vanishing of Ethan Carter, but he really likes thinking outside the box with stuff, and I am hopeful that this will be like another murder mystery, but it's actually a game.
Yeah, and it's made by... The studio is what? The Astronauts?
Astronauts, I think?
I think it's the Astronauts, yeah.
Yeah,
This
the
game I've
soundtrack...
played.
Oh, you
So what?
have? Oh,
Yeah.
so Ross gets a month off.
Actually, I didn't finish it.
No,
Like,
that's not good.
Like, I have the soundtrack. I reviewed the soundtrack. The soundtrack's amazing. So if the game is half as good as the soundtrack, I'll be pleased.
Which, by the way, Carrie, you really, really need to check out the soundtrack for Everybody's Gone to the Rapture. It's
really?
stellar. Yeah, and it's on Spotify. It's stellar.
It's better than
Okay.
the game.
I like the game too, but the music is just ridiculously good. It's really,
Yes,
really good.
I did not read Blake's review for the game yet, but I saw his score.
I really liked it. Again, am I the fucking hipster of this podcast?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
Absolutely.
are.
God damn it! When did I?
I mean, you have to
I'm
hit
not even drinking a microbrew.
Yeah, well, no, you're not really drinking.
Okay,
That-
why do you think I tried
I
to
said
bring
I'm
you on an
not.
action trip? Why do you think I tried to bring you on an action trip to review indies?
Because nobody else wants to do it.
Exactly.
Because nobody else will
No
do
one
it
else
for
has to do
free.
that. Holy crap.
Because nobody else volunteered. That's why. But you know what?
Actually,
I'm
well,
fine with that.
that is partially because you volunteered, but also partially because I know that you will play indies.
I actually like indie games. I really do.
This is an indie
I mean,
game
I
that's
do-
actually a game, so that's good.
This fucking guy.
This is,
The Vanishing of Ethan Carter?
Yeah, this is progress. You can, in fact, die,
What?
which I didn't know
What?
until I did, and it's terrifying.
Oh, really? All right. Well, looks like we've got something to play, and we've got a couple of weeks to do it, so hurry the fuck up.
We have like 2 weeks to do it, so.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 2 weeks. Good luck.
Well, I've heard it's not very long, so
Okay. All right. Hopefully, you know,
I guess I better do it now, because...
yeah, because I just finished up Everybody's Gone to the Rapture, and that was 5-ish hours. So I'm hoping it's not, too much longer than that. I'm hoping. We'll see.
Mm.
Either way, this is a game I've been looking for an excuse to play, so I was pretty stoked to hear it. Yay!
Which kind of sucks because the Vanishing of Ethan Carter was just on Steam sale like 2 weeks ago.
Was it? Fuck.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
okay, Blake. I just went to howlongtobeat.com,
Yep.
and it runs between 4 and 6 hours.
Okay. All right. Actually, I feel like that's a good sweet spot. Actually, that's good. That's good. And I should probably look at my Steam collection. I may have already bought this.
And the 6 hours is for the completionists.
Okay. All right.
So.
Chris, why are you cradling your head in your hands?
Because you're just like, I think I've already bought this on Steam, but
I
don't really know.
I need to look.
I know what I have on my Steam catalog.
Well, dude, I've got a problem, okay?
Yeah, I know. We all understand that you have a problem when it comes to Steam sales. And you're like,
Dude, they're so cheap.
Steam sale! Steam sale! It's $10. I'll buy it.
No. I wait until it's at least down around 4 or 5. Come on. I have standards.
The Vanishing of Ethan Carter has never been $5.
All right, let me look. See, now I'm curious.
Because Carrie has been like, you need to buy this, and it's been on my Steam wish list.
And son of a bitch, I do own it. Damn it!
Yeah, there you go.
See, that's a problem. That's when you know you have a problem.
Yes.
You know what's the worst? When you go to check out during a Steam sale and you're like, oh man, look at all these sweet deals I'm getting. And you go to check out and it's like 5 of these items you already own. I'm like, what the fuck?
You're the only person who does this.
Okay, that's awful.
See, I'm excited because I'm like, look at all the money I'm saving. This is fantastic. And then I look and I'm like, why do I need to save money? Because I own 5 of these 7 items.
Is it really saving money when you buy games you don't even play?
Yeah, you don't bite me. I am a digital hoarder. Shut up.
Okay.
I have a problem. Okay, you know what? It's fine. I'm
we
willing
all
to
understand
admit
this now. We all understand this now.
it. It's taken this long.
No, we've known this since the Evil Cast was still in its,
Infancy, since it started. All right. So, who wants to lead us off with your addiction of the month? Anybody?
Well, I think I will because I've been playing a game that's not even out yet.
Oh, I see how it is. Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Although I'll be getting it tomorrow, so it doesn't.
Did I
really
mention?
You guys are
Fuck
only-
you.
You guys are only saying that because you care what it is. Ross does not give a flying fuck about this game.
I care about the what this game is. I don't care about the fact that it exists, though. How's that?
What?
I'm
Are you
gonna.
guys talking about Metal Gear Solid again?
No, I did not play Metal Gear Solid. I played Gears of War Ultimate Edition.
Nice.
Which is
You played a game that came
Which
out
is the
like
remaster.
15 years ago.
Yeah, Ross. This is where I went.
actually.
This is where I went. Okay, so
Okay.
they HDified a game that was already in HD. Why?
Okay.
Make it more HD or
All
Okay.
of the pixels.
Wait.
could
If you
tell-
read her review on Action Trip today,
I did
it
actually.
looks pretty badass.
I did read it.
So-
Actually.
So I when I played it, I was like, well, this has always looked this good. Like, what's the big deal? And I think after I played about 2 or 3 acts, I put in the Xbox 360 to see what the differences were. It's astounding
Mhm.
what they've done. It's like, man, was it always that jagged? Did it always look like that? That's kind of crazy. But
I heard it described as either, if you compared them, it was either that the Gears of War version on 360 either looked super jaggy or super smeary, one or the other. There wasn't really much of a
could
in
see that.
between.
well, you can see like grainy
Sure.
as well. Like early Mass Effect stuff, and
Pop in.
but really, there were no pop-ins. I will say that about the original Gears of War, but at least not that I remember.
Oh boy. Yeah, the original
Okay,
Gears
well-
had tons of pop in.
Well, again, I only played like halfway through the first act when I was just looking.
Sure.
It's been a while since
Sure.
I originally played the original Gears of War.
Gears 2 is when they had developed that tech to do the fade in of textures. Before in Gears
Okay.
1 they had tons of pop in.
Okay. Well, there was no pop in anything
Mhm.
in the remaster. The remastered was smooth. I am proud to announce that they've cured Dom of the herpaderps.
Oh, he doesn't have a case of the retards anymore? Great.
No, he only caused my game over once.
Were you fighting Rom when it happened?
No.
Nope, really? Wow.
No, it was the second. It was the second Berserker fight.
The one where you're in the greenhouse?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
And
That was it's really tight.
Yeah, and that wasn't entirely Dom's fault because there was a glitch in the game and the Berserker got stuck. Where she was she didn't run through the bench.
Mhm. She got hung up
were
on
all
it.
kind of, yeah, we were kind of stuck on there. Well, what happened was that her cue was to basically burst in the room and run through the bench and then open up the area. Well, Dom jumped right in front of her. So then she's not doing that, so she's paying attention to him. So it just, I was trying to get her attention to chase after me and leave, and she ended up just rolling right over Dom.
And if she wasn't, and if she hadn't broken through that bench, she wasn't in an area where you could hit her with the hammer of dawn either, if I'm not mistaken. It's like she was just
because I needed. Yes, because I needed her to knock down pillars so I could open up the roof so I could do the Hammer of Dawn.
Sure.
Although I did have a Cortana moment in the game.
Mm-hmm.
It's the first Berserker fight, and it's like when the first time they talk about that their satellites only open up for 5 minutes for the Hammer of Dawn, and you get outside to do it, and so you see the countdown go. You got 5 minutes, and Anya comes on. She goes, "You don't have much time, Marcus." I'm thinking, I know, bitch. Just give me a minute here. This is not so easy.
Anya,
but yeah,
get down.
Oh, God. But they did a lot of little creative licenses with the game. Like I said, I only played like half the first act, but like when Marcus first sees Anya in the original, like her hair is in a ponytail and she looks at him and kind of like raises an eyebrow and then looks down.
Mm-hmm.
What they do in the remastered is her hair is up in a bun, and she looks at him. He kind of looks surprised, and she kind of half smiles. Oh. So it's just this little bitty things that they just kind of added in there. They also, the Act 5 has more missions than the original does. So there's 3 extra contacts to find.
Right, which is the stuff that was in the PC version of Gears of War.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. That actually was not in my fact sheet. So when I saw it, I was like, "Well, that's interesting. I don't remember all this."
Yeah, the Brumac fight.
Yes, it was when I was comparing achievements. I was like, "Oh wait, there's only 30 here." Okay, so
it was your first ever fight with a Brumac, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. That was exclusive to the PC version. That was originally content that they had cut from the game because they didn't have time to finish it.
There was a PC version.
Yes, there was, and it was a Games for Windows exclusive.
Great.
Yep. I own a copy of that. It is on my shelf. I played the hell out of that, actually. I think I have the full 1,000 for both. Well, no, I take that back. I don't have the full 1,000 for the Xbox version, but I think I got the full 1,000 for the PC version. But yeah, like I played both of those.
Well, and the multiplayer, at least what I got to play, worked.
What?
We didn't have to jump through all these hoops that Drew and I have to do to play Halo together. It's kind of crazy. Like we're all jumping between matches, we're switching teams on the fly, and it all worked. It's amazing.
You mean Microsoft learned how to write netcode?
So then there's 19 maps, which are from the original game, all the DLC, and the PC.
Right.
So it's the very first time some of the PC maps were ever on. As well as a couple of modes that were PC only got moved over to console, which I think was the King of the Hill and...
I think King of the Hill was in the 360 version. It might have been later on.
No.
That's the one where you have the Hammer of Dawn?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. King of the Hill does not have Hammer of Dawn. There was another mode that was in the Gears of War 2 initially, and another one that was in Gears of War... Anyway... basically every single mode that's ever been in Gears has been brought into the original Gears of War that wasn't in there before.
That's awesome.
I'm still disappointed that it's not the entire, or at least just the Marcus Phoenix trilogy. That kind of disappoints me, but you know
Hey,
it
they had to
is what
start
it
somewhere.
is. But it is what it is, and at least they didn't charge like another $60 to buy the whole thing all
Right.
over again. They also added another difficulty level.
Right.
Because the original Gears of War only has 3 difficulties, and
Right.
it was casual, hardcore, and insane. Now they have casual, normal, hardcore, and insane. Casual, normal, yes, hardcore, and insane.
So they added normal.
So they added a normal, yeah,
Right.
which is what I played on, and I had very little difficulty with it. So I think I was telling Sean, I was like, I don't know if I've gotten to be a better gamer or if the game's easier. And he's like, why is it? I was like, well, I'm not having near as many frustrations, but then I realized like I knew more things that were coming, like the whole
you actually
thing that
knew
was
the story.
that was in the sunset, with the krill came, because that was the part I was most nervous about, because I had the hardest time with that first time I played, because I'm such a big baby and everything scares me. And I remember when you went through this house that wretches were going to come out, so I just walked through the house with my chainsaw revved, like, I'm ready for you bitches. And sure enough, they came around. I was like, that's right, I'm ready. I know your asses are coming.
And it's an auto kill whenever they come at you, so it's literally like next one, next one. They literally wait their turn to be sawed in half. At least that's the way it was in the original Gears.
Well, they only came out like in the house like one at a time, so it wasn't that big of a deal. I just remember when it happened first time I played, like I actually did the like bobbling the controller because it scared the crap out of me. And,
awesome.
But
so yeah, I am curious.
I can't wait to play it with friends. I can't wait. It's going to be so much fun to play co-op.
Now, did you have times where you saw the frame rate dip a lot?
No.
No? It stayed
I never
solid?
saw the frame rate dip. Yeah.
I thought that I read something where there were frame rate problems, at least from time to time.
I never had a single frame rate problem.
Okay.
Because I was actually looking for things to nitpick.
Right.
And I was telling Udarosh today, it's like, I don't have anything negative because it's the same game. So if you didn't like it before, you're not going to like it now. It's the same thing. It's just prettied up.
Was there any re-recorded dialogue? Or did it seem like it was the same source material, other than like a little more nuance to the video, like the cutscenes?
Same.
Okay. All right.
Because like the parts are replayed from the original, it's the same.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's good. And I think it is pretty awesome that they've already committed to the fact that they're going to include the entire Gears of War series in backwards compatibility for anybody who buys the game. So you will get all of those games for free, all of the Xbox 360 games. That's friggin' fantastic. So I mean, really, you've just quadrupled the value of that. I mean,
that I have space on my hard drive for them all, but details.
Yeah, because you have to download the digital version of the games to be able to play the 360 version, and you still, if you're playing backwards compatibility, you actually still have to put the 360 disc in, despite the fact that you had to download the full game too, which is a bit bizarre. But that said, I do think it's pretty interesting that they decided to take this route and just give it away, because doesn't that kind of, I don't know, neuter their opportunities to come back and do this for the rest of the games?
Yeah, but these are also backwards compatible. They don't have the HD remastered treatment. So you're still going to be playing jagged looking Gears of War 2, Gears of War 3 on this. If they remaster it, they might get some people to come back and buy it. But not everyone's buying this Gears of War either, so those people will miss out.
Right. Now,
I can still sell it later.
I know that they kind of went the same approach with Master Chief Collection, where the first game, they did its own proper remaster. Granted, with Halos, it was at the 10th anniversary. This one, I don't think it's anywhere close to the 10th anniversary. It might even be the 5th anniversary or just a little bit after that. But do you think that that they would, if they did do more remasters, do you think they'd go the route of doing standalone games, or do you think they will maybe go bigger picture and do the whole series, kind of like what they did with Master Chief Collection?
Okay, well, we are almost 10 years from the first Gears of War release.
Are we really?
Almost. Yes, next
Holy
year will be
shit.
10 years. It
So was
released
it
November 7th, 2006.
So was it 15 years for or for Halo? Because it wasn't like a 3-year difference in between Halo and Gears of War.
Halo Anniversary was on its...
Maybe it was the 15th anniversary?
Halo... Okay, so the Master Chief Collection was on the 10-year anniversary of Halo 2.
Okay. All right, fine.
Yes, so Halo Combat Evolved was 2001, so we are going on almost 15 years of the first Halo game.
Man. Damn, that's crazy.
So,
but do you think
okay.
so? What do you think? Do you think that they go the standalone route for Gears of War 2 for a remaster, or do you think they do the whole collection, or do they even bother? Is the giving them the 360 version just kind of them saying, "Here, guys, you can play all these on you can play all these on Xbox One. Fuck it."
I could see that, but if they do a remaster, it's not going to be until after Gears of War 4.
Well, if they had an outside studio do it. I mean, Bungie didn't do the Master Chief Collection.
You mean 343?
Well, yeah, okay, 343 at the time. Well, 343 did do it, okay.
Yeah.
I think they had certain affinity to a good portion of that, though.
The multiplayer.
Okay. All right, never mind. Fuck it. All right, never mind. I give up.
Yeah, I don't know. I could see it going either way. I could see them releasing it digitally in piecemeal, and I could also see them doing like a little collection. I don't know. I think that I really don't know why they didn't do it all at once. And the other thing I could think of is that maybe they didn't want to have a Halo going on where the multiplayer servers get bombarded because they have all the different types of maps and servers and all that going on. That's the only thing I can think of
why they wouldn't have done them all, you mean?
Yeah, or they just were testing the waters. Does anyone even care about Gears anymore? I really don't. It's baffling to me because I honestly thought it was the whole trilogy.
Can I float a theory?
Do I need to get my tinfoil hat?
No, I don't think so at all. Developers, and this is the same thing that Naughty Dog did with the Uncharted collection, or when they remastered The Last of Us. It was a new console generation. They were trying to learn how to develop for that piece of hardware. In this case, this was the Coalition's first whack at the Gears of War franchise. They needed to learn, one, how to develop for the hardware, and two, how to develop a Gears of War game. What better way to do that than remaster the original, so you get all of that under your fingers, you figure out how to do that properly, and then that allows you solid traction and also at least a decent engine to start off with for making a next Gears of War sequel.
Okay, I didn't know that the Coalition was Black Tusk. I did not know
same
that.
thing. They changed their name.
Yeah, I did. I'm typing in stuff as you talk. I had no idea they were formerly Black Tusk Studios.
Correct.
So yes, they are the developer. I guess Epic Games is just focusing on their engine.
No, Epic Games they've sold the franchise to Microsoft. They don't even touch it anymore. Microsoft owns the property entirely.
Okay, is Epic Games not with Microsoft anymore?
Epic Games was never with Microsoft. They were independent. They were developing for Microsoft as a second party game. It was being developed by an outside developer but published by Microsoft proper.
I really thought they were part of Microsoft. That Microsoft brought them in.
Nope, they've developed for PS3 like Unreal, the Unreal Tournament games they've released on PS3.
Okay.
Yeah. And the fact that the Unreal Engine supports PS3 as well, I think that would be kind of...
So they're working on Infinity Blade 3 and Fortnite.
That's right. Yeah, Infinity Blade, that's Chair Interactive, which is a branch of Epic Games. But yeah, Fortnite is a big thing, and Fortnite is PC exclusive.
Chris.
And a new Unreal Tournament.
That's an interesting move. But oh yeah, they are. It's actually fan developed.
Apparently we're boring Ross.
Yeah, but anyway, yes, Carrie, that's my theory at least, that they were essentially learning how to make a Gears of War game by making a Gears of War game.
That's a decent theory.
Okay,
I'll take it.
fair enough. And what better
Okay,
way to
fine,
do it
Chris.
than redeveloping?
There you go. Alright, Chris, since apparently we're boring the shit out of people with our Gears of War talk, what have you been playing?
I've been playing Heroes of the Storm.
So you've been playing a card game.
No, that's
wait a minute,
That's Hearthstone.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I got confused by Blizzard's work.
Oh,
This
way
is
to
why
fail
Ross.
with that.
This is why Ross was excited because it's a MOBA, because that means Ross can talk about MOBAs.
God damn it, Ross.
Oh, way to fuck that up, Blake.
No, I just don't care.
Well,
I could not care less.
Blake doesn't understand games.
No,
Really? Really? Is that the road you're going to take, Carrie?
Yeah.
I technically work for you again.
Yeah, you're still my bitch. I don't care.
All right, fuck you. I just told my boss to fuck off. Great. Awesome. Anyway.
I'm not your boss, but
anyway,
you're my underling.
So yeah, I've been playing Heroes of the Storm because there's new expansions and stuff coming out.
That's
very
what
much
Chris
enjoying
likes. Expansions.
it's all about
I
the
do.
expansions.
Well, that's the only reason why I started playing Destiny. So was the expansion.
Oh
so
man, you had to go there. Had to fucking go there.
started playing Heroes of the Storm because when I was at Gen Con, I had one of my roommates was playing Heroes of the Storm. Actually got into a couple tournaments for it, so figured I'd try it out. So I've been very much enjoying it.
I actually have a key for Heroes of the Storm. Because I mentioned, I was like, I'm kind of interested in Heroes of the Storm. And someone's like, do you want my key? And just gave me a key. And so it's on my Blizzard net, or my Battle net. But
It's
Yeah.
it's it's a very easy MOBA to get into, and yet if you play a lot of Blizzard games or have a lot of history with Blizzard, it pretty much fits that whole fancy.
What character you've been playing?
I've only been playing all the free stuff. So right now I'm working on Diablo. I have them almost up to level 5. Last week I was playing as I think it was the last time I played it was Raynor. So got him. I actually got Raynor up to level 5. At the current moment the free rotation is the Demon Hunter, Diablo, Tychus, and I was like, I kind of want to play Tychus, but he's not too much like in the front of battle. So I've been playing a lot of Diablo. So
I played as Stitches. I played this month also. A couple games. I played as Stitches. Walked around through my hook thing.
yeah, what I really like about Heroes of the Storm is that every map is different. There's a different map objective as opposed to League of Legends where it's just the same shit over and over. This one you actually have, objectives. So maybe you're not so good at mid lane, but you're really good at collecting
treasure in the mine or something.
Yeah, getting the skulls, or getting this, or collecting the little flowers for your plant monster.
Yeah.
All that kind of really.
Plant monster.
Yeah, you have golems that will march down the lanes, and so the more plants you get, the more powerful they are. And when they die, they stay where they are for the next round of collecting things. So. You want to get your plant monster as powerful as
Heroes of the Storm does away with the whole, you have to have items and you have the whole ADC and the APC and all that. It's just, here's your hero, go do what you gotta do, here's some map objectives, deal with those map objectives however you want, and if your team is good enough, either you're gonna, if you were going to go into the mines, you also may spawn a golem, and that golem is stronger than your enemy's golem, or you're just going to kind of invade your enemy's base and call it a day. So it's just a lot easier. So to me, I've been very much enjoying this ever since when I was at Gen Con. I had a friend, we were talking about it, because I played during beta, and I had a lot of fun during beta, but it was still very beta-ish. So every time I tried to get into like a ranked match or even just like an online match, we had problems. They very much sorted that out, and we kind of, when I was at Gen Con, we talked about it and worked out a bunch of stuff. So I've been very much enjoying going back and playing it again. So I've just been playing a lot of the free hero rotations. I have enough gold now, or their in-game currency, whatever they call it now, because I've also been playing Hearthstone. But I have enough in-game currency now to actually buy, I think it's like 2 heroes in Heroes of the Storm, and I just haven't quite figured out which ones I really want to invest my gold in.
Yeah.
So right now I'm kind of thinking Raynor, and I'm kind of thinking Diablo, just because I like Raynor, how he's the whole range support, and I really like how every time I've been playing the whole, test matches, free to play stuff, how he kind of sits in the back and just destroys everything. And I also like Diablo, how I can kind of get into the fray of things and just do a bunch of AoE stuff and just destroy. So
See, and that's why I haven't tried Heroes of the Storm. I don't know very much about the Blizzard universe, so I think I'd be so confused and lost.
Carrie, I don't think it would be any worse than if you were to try to jump into League of Legends.
I think she'd be much more comfortable in Heroes of the Storm, because at least she's played Diablo, so she
Right,
understands.
at least some of them.
Yeah. I don't think the characters don't really matter, other than they have archetypes that you're familiar with. For instance, the tank, it shoots missiles, bombs, and drives around like a fucking tank.
No way.
So that's pretty clear. Giant evil Satan monster. Giant evil Satan monster.
Yeah. So, I mean, who doesn't love a giant evil Satan monster?
Yeah.
Yeah, Chris, I am curious, and honestly, this is, again, me speaking from a place of very little experience with. I've never tried the game. How long has this been out of beta now? I feel like it's been, in the last couple months? Last 3 months?
It's been at least 2 or 3 months now.
Has it? Okay. All right. So, I mean, it hasn't been a huge amount of time since it went out of beta, then.
No.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good. And you're just so have you actually spent any money in the game?
No, I haven't spent any money on the game. When it was in beta, I played, I don't know, 150, 200 hours, and now I'm up to about 80 hours just in what it is that we've done on. So,
my God.
I have a bunch of characters up to.
See, Blake only plays 2-hour games.
Hey, go fuck yourself, man. I have 278 hours in Destiny, so you can suck my dick. I don't want to hear it.
Only 278 hours.
How many hours do you have in Destiny?
278.
Only 278.
Well, that's with my primary.
Well, you should call me when you actually play some real games.
You play this with me!
Yes, because I've played Destiny. I know that I've played Destiny for a lot more than 278 hours, because my brothers and I play a lot more.
Then it sounds to me like you're doing it wrong, because you've only got have you got anybody who's maxed out your characters?
Yes, I have two. I have 2 characters now at 34, and I just refuse to play the Warlock because I hate how the Warlock plays. So.
Okay.
My Warlock, I never touch my Warlock. I always just play my.
That's what they all say.
It is kind of funny that you played 200-something hours with one character, and when Chris played 100 or so with different characters and a different game, you freaked out.
No,
I
wasn't crying. You have time for this shit.
Well, I was just more saying he did that on a game while it was in beta. Just in beta, not when it was...
Well, I mean...
Yeah, because it was a good game.
While it was in beta.
Beta.
I mean,
It was a
wasn't
Blizzard beta,
our
which means
story.
it's a production.
It just transitions into the.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it isn't. It isn't really.
All right.
Ross, what have you been playing? Let's get off this. Let's end this.
Not
Ross,
much.
what have you been playing?
League of Legends?
League of Legends and World of Warcraft and Marvel Puzzle Quest.
What? Okay, that's an.
I am curious on this because I've seen you tweet out quite a bit on the Marvel Puzzle Quest. I'm curious, why does it you're playing a game that I would so hear fucking Blake talk about?
I can tell you why. Because he can play it on the shitter. That's why. Because he gave up on Angry Birds.
Blake, I didn't ask you. I asked.
Well, that's true. Angry Birds is dead now that they added like the weird energy system. Like, how do you even play Angry Birds like
You
that?
just don't suck.
Don't even play the game. Like,
Don't
it's all
lose.
about like
Just
power up.
don't lose. You're
The first
fine.
game was a puzzle game, and the next one is just I
Hey,
don't know,
the second one actually
merchandising
has.
simulator.
Blake,
The second one has physics.
Blake,
Did they have physics? That would be nice.
Better than the first one.
Blake,
Great.
shut up.
Wait, why do I have to shut up?
No, because you keep interrupting Ross
Hey,
while
he's
he's
not
trying to
talking
give
about
an
Angry Birds.
intelligent conversation about what it is that he's been playing, and you're like, blah, 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 blah. No. Ross, what have you been playing?
Christ.
Well, I've been playing it because it's a great game to play on the shitter.
Yeah, see? I told you.
So there's all these like Marvel movies coming out, and I've never been a Marvel person.
Oh.
So I thought it would be a cool way to sort of expose myself to the different Marvel characters.
I just heard you. Carrie just came in to say it was an interesting way to expose myself to Marvel characters. That's
Yeah,
it.
seems legit.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Sorry. Anyway.
Man, why do we invite this guy?
don't
So,
I
like,
really don't.
it's an okay game, but they have one really frustrating mechanic where you like get new characters by unlocking covers, and you use those same covers to like upgrade the abilities of your characters. So you need several of the same characters' covers to unlock their abilities and stuff.
Right.
But they give you so few character slots that most covers you just have to throw away until you like find a character that you think you'll like, and then hopefully randomly hit that character in your when you unlock covers and stuff to level it up and make it useful.
I mean, essentially, you have to unlock the same cover 2 or 3 times in a row in order to be able to cash it in for anything.
Well,
worth
not
it.
necessarily in a row, just while you have it
Sure.
to
So what I
like,
hear
use
is
up a
that
character
Blake plays
spot.
What?
What I'm hearing is that Blake has played this a lot.
Well, that's why I was kind of trying to interject myself into this conversation because I actually have played quite a bit.
And then the only way you unlock, there's a currency that you use that you can pay money for, but you also can unlock it through play, but you unlock it incredibly slow through play, so it isn't
You talking
really
the
that
ISO
feasible.
8?
No, the
Oh.
coins, hero coins. That's the only thing you can use to. No, that's used to actually level up
Mhm.
the
That's what I was talking about. Yeah.
critters or whatever. So you can't, like, other than like to try it out, you can't really play it without putting money into it.
That's not completely true.
Like
I mean, you got to spend a ton of time, but you can still play it without putting money into it.
they unlock, or they introduce new characters at a rate faster than you would be able to come up with character slots. And that decreases the chance of you getting all the other characters, because it's like when you get a coin, it's like a 2%, like a 1 or 2%. Like actually, for the rarer ones, it's like less than 1% chance that you'll even get the cover, and you have to have multiple covers of that same character. So to unlock the more powerful characters, it's not a feasible thing to do without putting money into it.
Well, I mean, you can try to spend those coins instead on more slots.
Yeah, you can use if you find a cover of something you actually do really like, you can use the coins to upgrade them if you want a small. But like, it's hard to like even try out characters if.
See, what I did is I actually early on, I don't know if it was I'm not going to claim it being any big picture like I was seeing the future type thing, but earlier on you can buy those slots for cheaper. The deeper you get in the game, the more expensive they are because the quicker rate that you could potentially be earning gold or whatever the coins are.
The cover slots?
Yes. So I think I have,
the more
I have
slots
like
you
12
unlock,
of them
the
now.
more expensive they get.
Right. That is
So,
true.
Initially, they're really cheap, and then
Right.
like you get like multiple slots per unlock. But
Mhm.
then eventually, they're like 400 or 500 hero coins, and you unlock like 25 per week-long event.
Right. So you're waiting for half a year in order to open up a new hero
to
slot.
get one slot. So
Mhm.
you really you cannot play it without.
Sounds to me like you need to be playing Marvel Contest of Champions instead. You can play that game forever for free, and it's super levelable. For real.
Marvel Contest of Champions.
Yeah. Did you ever play the Mortal Kombat game for iOS?
Is it a fighting game?
Yes, it is a
I'm
fighting
not
game.
gonna be in a fight. So I like the Puzzle Quest games, but I would have
Jesus
rather
Christ.
played a Puzzle Quest game that I had bought for like $30 that was this, and I could just.
You do realize you can play Puzzle Quest on iOS for $5, right?
Yeah.
Like actual proper Puzzle Quest.
Yeah, if it was more like that, then I would appreciate it more.
You can
If it was
buy
like-
that now. $5.
But again, this was the whole point of this was to get into Marvel.
Yeah, your mistake.
It's kind of working. Like I'm being introduced to different characters.
And by the way, the dialogue in between the characters for those weird cutscenes, just the cheesiest fucking dialogue
not
you've ever
great.
seen in your life. No, it's awful. It's fucking awful. Like I actually for the longest time on PSN had my PSN picture was a screenshot from Marvel Puzzle Quest with the Archer or with fuck, what's the name of it?
Archer.
God damn it. I can't think of his fucking
Hawkeye.
name. Yes, with Hawkeye. He was speaking with Tony Stark and he goes, "Are we having a moment?" I think we're having a moment.
Chris,
And like I screenshotted that, and that was my image for
Yeah.
PSN for the longest time.
I understand, Chris. If I was there, I'd give you a hug.
Do you? Because at the current moment, I just want to take a letter opener and just stab it through my eye.
Hey,
I would. No, because like you are shitting all over whatever Ross is playing, and you keep interjecting.
This
is what Ross
was why the Evil Cast died.
Oh,
And truth bomb.
oh, fuck you, man.
No,
I would just like to point out that this guy shat on me every Thursday for 5 straight years.
yeah, look,
Playing
I
Xbox
know.
games.
look, you
What did
interjecting
we just
your
spend the
shit.
last 25 minutes talking about? Fucking iOS games.
Well, that's because you didn't want to talk about the other games I've played. I just looked on Raptor, and I haven't had it installed for a little while. I just reinstalled it while having this conversation.
What, Raptor or League?
Raptor. And I looked at my League of Legends playtime is 43 days.
Oh my god! What the fuck, man?
Because he enjoys good games.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
43 days. I don't even know if I have a game that sits out.
Okay, so are we
Christ
ready
on
to
a
hear how many
pie
hours that is?
I don't
Are we
want to
ready?
know.
Karen,
11
Karen,
go.
billion.
792 hours.
Christ almighty.
Well, let's face it. He plays up with a lot of friends, so.
Okay, so that's 4 hours. So when I went to QuakeCon, 3 years ago? Yeah, 3 years ago, and I was at one of the early panels, and Todd Howard was up there, and this guy next to me, because they asked like how many hours people had in Skyrim, and the guy next to me raised his little hammer, and he was like, "I have 625 hours into Skyrim."
The fuck? Twitch Todd Howard goes, "What is the matter with you?"
No, close. Todd Howard's response was, "What is there to do?"
Lots of naked towns. Lots of naked towns. That's about it. I mean, like, there's nothing else to do at that point. Like you played everything.
I want you to. Like, you can just shut the fuck up. How many hours do you have in Destiny at the current moment?
He said 278.
It's cute.
What?
I mean, League of Legends has been out since I was just out of college. So, I mean, he had several
I
years.
did this in the span of less than 365 days.
Wait, League of Legends has been out since you got out of college?
Yeah, it's been out for a long
What?
fucking time.
Yeah,
I've only
League of
heard of
Legends
it.
came out. League of Legends came out shortly after Disciple of the Ancients, which is what Dota was based off of, and then
I thought it was
Riot
Defense
was
of the
like-
Agents.
Yeah,
Wow.
Dota, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Dota.
Alright, so, because I never heard of it until Ross mentioned it just a few years ago.
Oh, it's been
It
the
was
slowest of
released
slow
in
burns.
2009, but it was in
Wow.
beta and stuff before then.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been around for quite a while.
And the fact that Blake almost has half the amount of hours that Ross has.
Well,
Blake has
but
played
when did Ross start playing this?
a
like
long time ago.
5 years ago.
No, not that long ago.
Okay, 4 years ago.
It's been like 2 or 3 years.
No.
But I didn't have Raptor installed during all of that.
Fair enough.
So,
It's much
how
higher.
how many hours do you have in World of Warcraft?
It's actually about the same.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
For
Yeah,
main
'cause-
character.
Because World of Warcraft, you have like the expansions come out and you ramp up towards
do
the
the good
expansion,
bursts
and
and
then you have the expansion coming out. So you play during the expansion. You do pretty much everything during the expansion, and then you peter off, which is
It's kind of like what I did with Destiny.
no, but you didn't play.
Okay.
Destiny.
What?
When have you petered off of Destiny?
I haven't played it in like 5 days.
You get your Galahorns.
Are you kidding me? I've had a Gallahorn.
Jellyhorn.
I've had my Gallahorn since like my first month. I was a kindergarten guardian when I got it. It was like it wasn't even fair.
And don't get Blake started on his Jellyhorn because it's not being carried in the year 2.
No,
so
it's not. No,
My World of
it's fine.
Warcraft
You got one too.
character is 53 days. So still.
Wow. All right, so at this point, you have 3 calendar months locked up in between these 2 games. 3 months of your life have been playing those games.
Yeah, I would say top 3 games played this year would be League of Legends, then World of Warcraft, and then watching League of Legends. And then somewhere down in Bloodborne.
I can't give him shit because I watched a lot of League of Legends on Twitch. So
No, it's just funny that that's his third, is
Yeah.
playing and then watching.
Might as well just have been the Twitch app.
I never watched it through Twitch. I watched it on their website.
You know,
I
my
mean-
most game played is for this year, still. You ready for this?
Pillars of Eternity.
Diablo 3. No, Diablo 3.
All right, yeah, I can see that. Yep, I can see that.
Hey, I have less than 1 million gold to go now.
You had what, 6
Less
million at one
than-
point?
No.
What was
You
it?
only needed
originally?
5 million.
Okay,
5
I'm
million,
sorry.
like-
I was off by 1 million. My bad.
Well, no, but when I started counting, I needed 4. So,
Okay.
but now
Alright.
I need less than 1. It's gonna happen this year, people.
Woo!
It's going to
Extra
happen
life.
this year.
Extra life goals.
No. I think I'm going to do another Dragon Age first time because it went so well last
Like
year.
the entirety
So
of
maybe-
Dragon Age?
Well, I never finished Inquisition.
Well, I can't blame you there.
So Bozier's actually going to come in town for Extra Life, and so
Oh,
now
nice.
because she's like, if you play Inquisition, I'll play Inquisition. So now we're fighting over if one of us is going to buy the PS4 copy or not, and who's going to be able to play that version because we have a problem. Because I've been thinking of starting over with the PS4.
What?
So, Carrie, just so you know, I've got to be honest. Since Blake reminded me that he was having his other demon spawn
What?
in November,
Wow. Fuck you, man. My child's
I have-
not even born yet.
Yeah, right. So your other demon spawn, I've been debating on coming down to Texas because that means extra life won't be happening at Blake's house,
I
which means
already
I get no.
I said I would hope.
Hey, Blake, shut the fuck up. Which means I get none of Janelle's.
I'm trying to be nice.
No,
Dear
which
God.
means I get none of Janelle's kick-ass crack dip.
Yeah.
So, I've been kind of thinking about coming to Texas.
Woohoo! Party!
Because Jan Bozier was going to be there, and I've never met Jan Bozier. I was like,
Road
if
trip.
I could come to Texas and I could meet Jan Bozier and
Can I come too?
No, you're too busy with your demon spawn. Ross, on the other hand, can totally come.
Great.
Yeah, Ross, do you hear that? You've been volunteered for driving down to Texas.
No, I'm flying. So.
All right, so Ross is going to be your carry-on.
I can't fly my computer.
Oh,
It's just a day trip. Come on, head on down there.
Ross, do you want to road trip it? I mean, we could road trip this shit.
Can I come?
No.
No.
Oh, you're having a baby!
Yeah, fuck that. I want to come.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't
It
really matter
sounds
what
like we're gonna have a hell of a winter. I don't think I'm
But I
gonna
wanna
want to
come!
back if I drive.
Yeah.
Hey, fuck you, man.
Yeah, because it'll probably still be. See, what's November? It'll be like
Yeah.
60.
Yeah. And based on the Farmer's Almanac, we're probably gonna have a blizzard in October, so
Yeah.
probably snowed in. So, Blake, just admit it. You're out of this
This
one.
is your poor planning for sex.
Hey,
This is
I
awful.
can't help it.
No, you can't help it. That's the problem, Blake.
Sorry.
You can't help it.
It was the sperm pep talk. I'm sorry. I should have thought it through.
Hey,
I should have thought it through.
before you hump, motherfucker.
Dude.
Wrap your stump before you hump. You could totally help this shit. It's not my fault. You were like, hey, abstinence. It totally works.
Dude, he went through Michigan
work,
sex
you're
ed.
right.
I don't know.
The sad part is it's true.
It's not my fault. I was talking to you no more than like, what?
Really, we need to
2-3
blame
days
Janelle.
ago?
She's the nurse. She knows how it works.
Yeah, well, maybe.
And then Carrie sent me a message shortly after I talked to you, Blake, and you're like, yeah, I'm going to have to cancel.
No,
Actually,
I didn't say that. I said most likely it'll be that.
No,
I can't
you're
do
like,
it.
I'm going to have to cancel it because, like, I have a baby. Dude.
All right, Mr. Extremist. I offered to host.
Well, I'm not going to come over to your house when you have a screaming kid and interrupting my stream. It's just not going to happen.
Wow!
This fucking
Dear
guy.
God!
Here I am.
Hey, just so we all know, on the video, I'm Chris Nitz. I'm an asshole.
This is Vlad the Heartless speaking,
Yep.
people.
Vlad the
AKA,
Heartless.
look at that name tag right there. Bring on the rum.
Maybe I'll host so I don't have to move my computer.
To which Chris will say, nope, down in Texas, guys. Good luck.
I'll just host
I
myself.
would actually show up to Ross's house if he was hosting. I mean, if Ross is going to have
Well, I
me
don't want
over.
to take you away from Carrie.
Carrie already has Jen, so maybe like you and I could compete with Carrie and Jen.
Oh, we're gonna have a sleepover.
Oh, we could have a sleepover.
It'll be our second date this year.
Oh, it'll be so awesome. I feel so.
He's got a compass.
I'm clipped.
Oh,
I can't
how
stand
sweet.
Ross's basement. It's so.
As opposed to the other way around, which is never good for anyone.
that's
involved.
not healthy.
Okay,
No, it's
well,
not.
well, Chris, I haven't told you the other thing that Jen and I are doing.
Oh, shit.
Wait.
We're getting gaming tattoos.
God damn it!
What? No,
Right,
not you guys.
Ross, you're fucked. I'm going to Texas.
He's going to fly 800 miles to get a
Get a
tattoo.
tattoo.
Yep, all right.
Hey,
At least he's
I've
thinking
done it.
rationally.
I've done it.
True story.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
And to think, you know what? This would have been.
No,
the year where I
wait.
would've
The
gotten
best
my-
part about Carrie and I getting gaming tattoos together is that we had to bathe in the same bathtub together to wash our tattoos off,
Come again?
and then rub lotion on them. It was sexy.
Chris, you need to describe this a little slower.
So Carrie and I would walk upstairs, and in the same bathtub, we would take the shower nozzle off and like bathe our tattoos.
They gotta
You
be sanitary.
gently cleanse your flesh.
No, with our dial soap, we would slowly lather up our
Oh
hands
God! There we go.
and then
Yep.
rub our tattoos with dial.
God,
Oh,
I
it
need a
was
cigarette. Wow.
in Blake's upstairs bathroom, his
Yes,
guest
we-
bathroom.
We did share Blake's bathtub together.
Yep,
Oh, we
well,
did, and his towels.
That is
Don't
a fact.
forget, we shared his towels.
Yes, we did share a
Fuck,
towel
I
because
need to wash those then. Apparently.
because we didn't
Oh,
want to
no.
we didn't want to have two different towels because you know.
No, we just passed the towel back and forth after we
And
were
sharing.
done.
Because I mean, who doesn't
Lathering.
pass the towel?
Who doesn't share a towel when dabbing an open wound?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, come on, it's fine. That's how it works, man.
I'm pretty sure at the end of this, Carrie, didn't you and I share your lotion at the same point?
Yes.
I'm
Because I did-
pretty sure I was
So
like,
you
let me
mutually
try
rub the lotion on the skin.
Oh, I rubbed the lotion on this. I rubbed that lotion.
You massaged it in
deeply
real
into-
slow. Yeah.
I was like, here, just because look, here's the tattoo. I was like, let me just rub it in, just slowly in a circular motion. Just
You're gonna run out of skin
rub
space,
your
buddy.
lotion in.
I mean, for real, he's gonna be taking off an ad for Butterfinger on his left pec next week.
My left pet right here. I'm just
Yep,
feel like
just right there.
Right here is where I rub that lotion in. Right here.
Right, just above my heart.
No, that'd be over here, motherfucker. It'd be over here.
I'm dyslexic. I'm sorry. Forgive me.
Dyslexic? What's that
Yep.
have to do?
Okay, maybe I'm a little retarded. Anyway,
Well, this
Um,
conversation has gone way off the
it
rails.
really has. It really has. So, Ross, what have you been playing this month?
He's already
Your
told us.
turn.
He already told
Hey,
us.
Oh, it's my
Attention.
turn? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Blake's been playing Destiny and nobody cares.
Well, all right. So,
Blake-
actually, I was going to...
Mike, have you been playing Destiny?
Actually, I haven't since
Wait,
you
wait,
and I
wait.
played together.
Blake, have you been playing Destiny?
Oh,
You just-
Christ.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
so glad the name tag is where it's sitting right now. Wow.
I'm so glad I don't edit this shit out because
Oh, my God.
great.
Wow. Wow. And I will be the mature adult here and say, yes, I have played more Destiny, but I will spare all of our listeners here because actually Chris and I will be having a Destiny Year 1 retrospective that should be going up on the site here. I'm not sure when this is going to go live, but here in the next few days. If it's
This will be going up on Tuesday.
Okay.
Our Destiny podcast, which I have to talk to Carrie about, should be going up on Friday.
Oh, does Carrie even know about that yet?
Not yet, but she does now.
Oh, that's awkward. My bad. Yeah.
No, it's
No,
not awkward
oh wait, I
because
thought
we
you
had
guys
a
talked
couple
about
days.
push the button. Okay, all right.
No,
So,
well,
wow.
it's kind of a cross promotional thing, a jigger.
Oh, I don't know if I approve of this.
Oh.
Hey, Carrie, if you don't want to post it, that's cool too.
It's fine. Chris and I did record. We recorded video for it, just in case you were interested.
Carrie
If not,
needs to protect her brand.
Yeah, I totally understand that. I mean, you don't want to be associated with those shady.
I kind of made this a Destiny free brand because I don't know, some asshole never reviewed the Destiny strategy guide I sent him. So we've been a pretty Destiny free site.
Oh, ow, that hurts.
There's a.
That hurts. That hurts, doesn't it, Blake? That really hurts.
Okay,
doesn't it?
hold on. There is a draft in there that is.
Oh, is there?
I think
Is
it's
there?
complete,
The draft.
actually.
No, I'm pretty sure it's not.
Does it say pending review?
Awkward.
Oh boy. Well, what other game have you been playing?
Well, I was
Yeah,
going to
that
say
we
that.
should-
What other awkward game have you been playing?
I was just gonna say
That
Destiny.
you all Strategy Guide reviews review for.
Well, if you want, I can flag it for pending review.
It doesn't matter now.
Oh no!
Destiny's
At
already
this-
gone.
old.
At this point, I don't care.
It's a year old.
Can I hide behind my mic at this point?
Nope, you can't. Cause it's on video, motherfucker. It's right here.
Oh, look at
Right here.
that! There is one draft in there.
I mean,
Let's see what
Yeah, I
it is.
wasn't fucking lying.
At this point, we're close
Strategy
enough to
Guide
the
review.
HD re-release, so you
And
should
I'm
just
pretty
hold
sure
off
it's
on
like
it for a little bit.
2,000 words or something crazy like that.
And it was last modified December 18th. So
Back in, it would have been
Yeah.
timely.
Before the
Oh,
taking
okay.
thing was even announced.
all right, look what I'm doing right now. I just put it in the trash.
Oh!
How many hours of that was just wasted and thrown away?
Oh, this is why you don't fuck with Carrie on video, motherfucker.
Oh.
Don't
All I
mess with
was
Carrie.
saying is that I was playing
No,
Destiny.
doesn't
That's
matter.
all I said.
Well, hey,
All,
You know what?
all I said is that this is kind of a Destiny site. And you could have made it that way. That's all
No,
I'm saying.
I'm just.
I mean, you have only yourself to blame here.
you do. You really do. I mean, I recorded the video just for you, so I knew Carrie.
Bullshit! Bullshit! You were on vacation and you said, you know what? I need
No,
something to.
No, it was
Well, no.
midnight that motherfucking night, and I was
I
like,
know. By the way, Carrie, we decided to record that at I think 11:20 p.m. We were both still up, and I was like, you know, we're recording for the power button. I'm like,
no,
you want to
no.
do video, and you know, you could post it on, you know, Strategy Guide Reviews if you'd like. And he goes, yeah, let's do it. And then we proceeded to fight with the video until almost midnight, and then we did it, and we recorded until like well after 1 a.m.
Okay, so Chris, how drunk are you?
Actually, he was more with it than he is now.
No, when I started out, I was pretty drunk. I sobered up
He
throughout.
sobered up over the span of the podcast. Yes,
I sobered
absolutely.
up. You know what, Carrie? It's for you to decide. If you want to post it, that's cool. If not,
Oh, yeah,
whatever.
it is. It's my site.
I'm senior editor, motherfucker.
Oh! All right, is he going to throw his flaccid dick on the table? Let's see what happens. Carrie?
Exactly what happened if you did it to his wife. Nothing.
Oh! Whoa! Wow. All right, then. Hey, Chris, what do you say you get us the fuck out of here? I'm scared
Guys, I'm
now.
uncomfortable.
I am too! I'm extremely uncomfortable. I'm extremely uncomfortable. This got personal real quick. Wow.
The best part about this is that we don't edit any of this out. So it's
I
all
know.
gonna be
The
just
internet
going up.
gets to see this in its full glory.
It's gonna be so good. So,
Wow.
if you totally enjoyed this, you should totally subscribe.
Wow, it got us the fucking soul.
Because this is raw and uncut shitting on Blake. It's fantastic.
Really?
I don't think Blake got the worst end of this.
No, I really
you're
don't.
right.
I think you did, Chris.
I'm
For
pretty sure I
once,
got.
it wasn't me.
You gonna shut up so we can take us home.
Fine, go on.
Right.
Nope.
So you can subscribe to us on YouTube at it's like Strategy Guide Reviews. You can follow us on Twitter at Strategy Reviews because apparently Strategy Guide Reviews was already taken or too long, whatever you want to call it.
Too long.
Too many
too
words.
long.
Too long. Too many words. So follow us on Strategy Reviews. You can follow the numbnut Blake Grunman at Grundy the Man. You can follow the troll at Greedy Raven. You can follow me at Starvin. You can follow the kick-ass person, otherwise known as Carrie, at Crunchy Chocobo. And, you know, just keep listening to us. You can also try to read our articles. Carrie wrote about Destiny. I wrote about Destiny last week. I'm going to post a Destiny thing
I
this
thought it was
week.
Destiny Free Zone.
Blake, you can shut the fuck up. And
Actually, my article was about why I don't play Destiny. So there
yeah,
you go.
it was.
But he posted about playing Destiny.
I
Two Destiny
Right.
posts in 1 week.
So if you want
Okay.
to block Blake, he
3
has
if you get that one in the
Grundy
trash.
So you can block Blake at Grundy the Man on Twitter. Also block him at Blake Grunman. He's on Facebook. Just go ahead and block him on all the sites. 'Cause
I do.
Oh, come on. You're not my
certainly
ex-wife.
removed him from my LinkedIn account.
If you want his phone number, I would give it to you, but I'm too lazy to go ahead and pick that up. So anyway,
No doxing here. No doxing.
Please don't. I appreciate
Really?
that. Please don't.
really,
Yeah.
he He's also been on the Ashley Madison thing. Ah, no.
No, I definitely haven't. Allow me to assure you, I definitely haven't.
I have all's
At
info.
least,
You
at
can
least
go ahead.
not for this marriage.
Yeah. Oh!
Oh,
It
no.
was
Fuck
It was
you!
Terry.
Fuck
Awesome
you!
comment. No, we are out. Peace, motherfuckers.